Yo, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be doing another one of the Warhammer commander decks, the 40K ones. So today we're doing Forces of the Imperium. I'm actually kind of excited about this one just because for a lot of people, Space Marines and the Imperium armies are some of their first armies that they get into. My first army was the Space Wolves. So if you see that shine, that's the light from outside shining onto my hand. So seeing some of the stuff that I started with is going to be really fun. Hopefully, I don't have to record this 4 times like I did the Chaos deck, but I have it right here. But I want to just preface, if you like the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I've noticed some upticks in my viewers, which is really nice. Also, subs are doing well. But I did notice that about 70-ish% of the people that are watching the videos aren't subscribed, which would be really nice if you guys could. Also comment down below if there's any other Magic products coming out that you want to see. Yu-Gi-Oh products as well. I do Yu-Gi-Oh on the channel. Or any other TCGs that you might be interested in. I've been thinking about doing Pokemon. I did the little bit of Pokemon stuff earlier before my vacation, but I don't actively buy Pokemon cards, so you guys will just have to let me know what you want. But without further ado, let's get right into this, guys. Alright, guys, so this is the Forces of the Imperium review. As you can see, we have our face commander, Inquisitor Greyfax there. And then we have the back. As always, we'll read the little blurb about the Imperium. The Imperium. The Imperium of Man is a galaxy-spanning empire. Its powerful legions of space marines, psychers, and vast armies of warriors all swear absolute loyalty to the God Emperor of mankind. Surrounded by Xenos races who seek their destruction, they must defeat these countless foes in order to defend their scattered worlds. So, the Imperium of Man is kind of like humans, I guess, like humanity. But they're definitely not the good guys in the universe. We also have our little life counter thing with Inquisitor Greyfax and the magic symbol on it. We'll just put it over here, off to the side. If it's still on camera, it is. Okay. And then it comes with we get tokens. We have some soldiers, a bunch of different soldiers. A lot of different soldiers. Actually, really nice. Some Stardust warriors. Then on the opposite side, we have clue tokens. We have Cherubale, some robots, some flagellants, some a Vanguard Suppressor, a Sicarian Infiltrator, an Ultramarines Honor Guard, a Zephyrum, and a Space Marine Devastator. So a very good variety of tokens. As for the deck, if I can get it out, come on. These boxes that they come with, by the way, just barely fit a sleeve deck. So you've got Inquisitor Greyfax, the Imperium symbol, the color scheme, the magic symbol color scheme, like always. The deck, let me just separate the lands real quick. The lands off to the side like we always do. And then the deck, and we'll go over Inquisitor Greyfax, which is the face commander. They all come with this little cardboard version of the commander, which is always nice, meaning you can sleeve up your foil commander and keep it in a trade binder or something, keep it from getting damaged. Inquisitor Greyfax, a 3/3 for 4 mana with Vigilance. She is a human Inquisitor. Says unquestionable wisdom. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 and have Vigilance. And then Hunt for Heresy. Tap 1 and tap her. Tap target creature and opponent controls. Investigate. Investigators create a clue token. It's an artifact with tap 2. Sack this artifact. Draw a card. So that's where your clue tokens are going to come in. Most people will not be running under her. They will be running under the alt commander, which is Marnius Calgar. He is a 3/5 for 5. Has double strike. He's in a Stardust Warriors. Has Master Tactician. Whenever one or more tokens enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Chapter Master is his other ability. Tap 6 colorless. Create 2/2/2 white Astartes Warrior creature tokens with Vigilance. He is the token generator of the deck. main token generator of the deck. That's why most people will be running the deck under him. And then for the other 99, we have Grey Knight Paragon. We have a Space Marine Scout, a Thunderwolf Cavalry, part of those Space Wolves, the first army I ever had. We have a Sanguinary Priest. Yeah. We have a Primaris Chaplain. We have Celestine, the Living Saint. A Space Marine Devastator. Triumph of Saint Catherine. Ultramarines Honor Guard. Vexilus Praetor. A lot of people talking about this guy. He gives your commanders he has flash, so he can come in at instant speed. He has vigilance and says your commanders you control have protection from everything, turning your commander into Progenitus. Really nice. We have Zephyrum, a Sister of Silence, some Vanguard suppressors, an Arco Flagellant. Yeah. A Primaris Eliminator, Assault Intercessor, Kalidas Assassin, a Commissaire Severina Rain, a Company Commander. We have Epistolary Librarian. Yeah. We have Inquisitor Eisenhorn, Naam Shai Marad, Sister Hospitaller, Sister Repentia, a Bastion Protector, Cybernetica Datasmith. We have Belisarius Call, Sicarian Infiltrator, a Redemptor Dreadnought, a Knight Paladin, a Reaver Titan, a Thunderhawk Gunship, and then we'll get into like the normal artifacts. I like to keep the vehicles with the creatures. So to start, we have a reprint of Everflowing Chalice, a nice reprint, kind of as much as they've been reprinting this, kind of shit that card's like price into oblivion. Inquisitor Rosette, the Golden Throne, another big card in this. A lot of people are like very happy about this one. We have a Commander Sphere, an Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Hierarchy, Talisman of Dominance. These talismans are doing real work too. We have a Soul Ring. We have a Skull Clamp, a nice reprint right there. A Mind Stone. We have, for the enchantments, Reconnaissance Mission, Defenders of Humanity, Birth of the Imperium, The Flesh is Weak, and then for the instants and sorceries, we have Deny the Witch, we have And They Shall Know No Fear, a new reprint with new art of Swords to Plowshares, we have Mortify, Entrapment Maneuver, Utter End, Marshal Coup, I don't know why I said Q, Launch the Fleet, Hour of Reckoning, I think this is, Fell the Mighty, Deploy to the Front, Collective Effort, Exterminatus, and then For the Emperor. So, as you can see, the deck has quite a bit. A lot of these creatures have a new mechanic. I'll pull one up. I'll pull this, the first one I see. Give me 1 second. Come on, I saw one earlier. Here we go. We'll go with the Space Marine Devastator. It has this new keyword Squad 2. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may pay 2 colorless any number of times when this creature enters the battlefield. Create that many tokens that are copies of it. Hence why you have tokens in the token pile, like the ones back here, where you have I think the suppressors, the infiltrators, the Ultramarine Guard, and the Space Marine Devastator. It's another way to get tokens on the battlefield. It's really appreciated in such a. This is why most people will be running Marneus Calgar over Greyfax. But we'll get into the lands as well. The lands are a little less important, but it's always nice to look at what this deck's got. So we have a Terramorphic Expanse, a Scoured Baron, an Evolving Wilds, an Ash Barrens, an Arcane Sanctum, a Path of Ancestry, Exotic Orchard, a Command Tower, Memorial to Glory, Dismal Backwater, Choke Estuary, Dark Water Catacombs, Tranquil Cove, Sunken Hollow, Skycloud Expanse, a Prairie Stream, a Port Town, and then your plains, swamps, and islands. Overall, I think the deck is actually pretty good. I'm gonna pull out the 5 cards that I think are probably my favorites out of the deck, and we'll go over them. So give me 1 second. All right, guys. So this one was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. There's quite a bit of good stuff inside of the Imperium deck that I think are like noteworthy cards to talk about. But I did settle on 5. So I picked 2 creatures. First creature is Assault Intercessor. I think this is a really cool card. Can go in a slew of white and black decks. It is a 3 mana, 3/2, a Starday's Warrior with First Strike and Menace. It has Chainsword. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. Just a really good, um, like, flavor card to throw in, as well as a very good, like, pinging toolbox card for any decks that really rely on dealing damage to your opponent while also gaining yourself life. The second creature is Belisarius Call. He is a 2/4 for 4. He is a human. Has Ultima Founding. Tap him. Tap 2 untapped artifacts in your control. Create a 2/2 white Astartes Warrior creature token with Vigilance. And then Master of Machines. Tap him. Tap X untapped creatures you control. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. I've got a blue-white deck currently. It is the vehicle deck that I built that I've been thinking about throwing Belisarius Call into. He's a token generator, which is something you need for a vehicle deck, while also being able to search up your vehicles. But you can also use this in an artifact deck in general. He's really good. Being able to create bodies is also really nice. Plus, there's so many artifacts that artifact decks run that you don't need to tap to get their abilities. They just have constant abilities, so you can tap those over tapping one of your mana rocks and such. So he's a really good card. Probably one of the standout ones for me from the Imperium Man deck. For my next card, it is the Thunderhawk Gunship. Normally, I would showcase, or one of the cards I would have picked would have been an enchantment. I would have skipped over the artifacts in general. But the vehicles in this deck, it was really hard to pick between the 3. But this one is just so good. It is a 6/6 for 6 with crew 2. It is a flying ship vehicle. It says when it enters the battlefield, create 2/2 white Astartes Warrior creature tokens with Vigilance, so it can crew itself. Like you can crew it immediately. Says whenever Thunderhawk Gunship attacks, attacking creatures you control gain flying until the end of turn. That is unbelievably strong. Being able to give all creatures on your field that are attacking flying when this thing gets crewed, I think. No, it's when it attacks. Whenever it attacks, anything else attacking gets flying. That's insane. A lot of people are not prepared for flying. Same way people sometimes just aren't prepared for haste. They're like the two big keywords that people just aren't prepared for. So this guy is real good, especially being colorless for 6. You could easily, if you've got a good hand going, you could get this out on turn 4 or 5, like a turn ahead. For my I did pick an enchantment. I didn't pick an instant. My bad. I picked an enchantment. We have Defenders of Humanity. X, 2 colorless and a white for an enchantment that says when Defenders of Humanity enters the battlefield, create X 2/2 white Astartes Warrior creature tokens with Vigilance. I really like this one because it's a token generator. Love token generators. It's not super expensive either. You could easily get 4 or 5 guys out like pretty early on with this. Has X, 2 and a white as well for its other ability. Exile Defenders of Humanity, create more tokens with Vigilance. Activate only if you control no creatures and only during your turn. So that's kind of a downside. I still think it's a really cool card to have in a deck that about like one of the biggest armies in Warhammer. Like the amount of chapters of different armies in Warhammer are amazing. And then for the final card, it's kind of obvious. It's Exterminatus. How could I not talk about this card? 5 colorless, a white and a black for a sorcery that says non-land permanents your opponents control lose indestructible until the end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. It's like it's expensive, but it's like the perfect way to get rid of shit um like what's her name? Like Avacyn, anything that's got indestructible. Indestructible is such a good keyword that just stops a lot of things, a lot of board wipes that aren't just exile or stuff like that. So, very good card. These are my 5. I'm gonna go into my closing arguments, or my closing thoughts on the deck. No arguments here. But yeah, let's get right. Overall, guys, I'm very happy about this one. I actually really like this one out of the 4. Um, I like the Necron one a little bit more, so I'll show that one on or in the next video. But so far out of the 4, it's definitely goes Necrons, Space Marines, Chaos, and or no, Tyranids, Chaos. Chaos is at the bottom. It's just it's a playstyle I'm not like interested in. As well as I feel like the deck is built a little bit worse than the other 3 in terms of um what it's doing. It's got a lot going on, and I get it. It's chaos and like Warhammer, like like all there's like 4 chaos gods, I think, and they all do different things. So like I understand it, but like out of the 4, I feel like it's definitely the weaker of the 4 in terms of like coherency. This one I really like though. I like all the token generation, all the advantage you can get from either of the commanders you pick. I just think it's a very well-rounded deck. And I recommend, if you're a little bit more adept at Magic, picking this one up over the other 2 that I've done. Tyranids are definitely a beginner's deck in terms of what the 4 decks are doing. Obviously, they're not all beginners decks in general, just because they're more of like flavor decks for people who like Warhammer. But for newer players, I would recommend Tyranids. For more adept players, like somebody who's played Commander quite a bit, I would recommend Imperium. I wouldn't recommend the Chaos deck like at all. The only thing I would recommend is picking up singles from the Chaos deck, picking up like Be'lakor, or even picking up like the 5 cards I showcased in general. Like I would recommend picking those up over picking up the whole deck, unless like you've got a collection thing like I do, where like I picked up all 5 or all 4 of them because I wanted all 4 of them for collection purposes. But when when it comes to if you're really good at Magic, this is one I'm doing in the next video, and it's the one that I'm going to recommend for people who played Magic quite a bit and don't mind playing a mono black artifact deck. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button down below to know where my videos go live. Currently, it's about 3 videos a week, which is I think is pretty all right. As well as I will be after this weekend trying to stream more on the weekends. I do have Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays off from my job, so I've been thinking about doing streaming again. Probably won't be streaming like a crazy bunch, but like a couple days a week, even like just 1 or 2 days a week is enough for me. Just to get back into the swing of things, I'll be doing it simultaneously on Twitch and YouTube. Just having it go to both of them, just to see where the audience is gonna fall. But I'll probably be streaming things like Arena, Master Duel. I'll probably be playing Overwatch 2 as well. I've been playing that a lot in my free time, so I might play that as well. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.